This has something to do with John Fisher and the A's. I'm going to scoot over.
Henderson.
So, what'd I say?
Oh, scoot. Yeah, my bad. Keep going.
Yeah, it's a 1. So I'm thinking about the A's a lot after what happened on Tuesday and John Fisher and the farce that's going on with the Oakland A's, and he won't sell the team. So Michael Jordan, this blows me away in a way. So Michael Jordan sold the Charlotte Hornets for $3 billion. Michael Jordan's been the owner of the Hornets for 13 years. 13 years. They never won one playoff series. They made 2 playoff appearances in 13 years. They won no playoff series in 13 years. He bought the team for $275 million. And 13 years later, after no success, he sells it for $3 billion. Now, you tell me why John Fisher cares. Like, it doesn't matter. Michael Jordan ran a franchise into the ground. He's going to make 50-fold as much money as he bought the team for. Like, there's no consequence for an owner who doesn't have success. Michael Jordan was a failure as an owner. What's it matter?
No, we're talking about failures. That is a failure. Rewarded.
So, like, listen, I'm no John Fisher fan at all, but I'm looking at Michael Jordan and I'm like, well, just keep owning the team. Keep owning the team. Don't put any money into it. And you know what? You'll still make money as you put no money into it. And then when you eventually sell, you're going to make an exorbitant amount of money, even though you did nothing really to raise the value of the franchise.
No,
it's a joke.
But the difference there would be if Michael Jordan tried to strategize and create this kind of, I don't know, this idea that Charlotte Hornets fans or previously Charlotte Bobcats fans were the reason why he failed or the reason why that team was not successful. That's the difference. If John Fisher made any sort of legitimate effort to ingratiate himself with the fan base since the moment he bought into the A's in 2005, since the moment he gained full ownership officially in 2016, and then had not made the concentrated effort over and over again to essentially scapegoat the fans. Michael Jordan never did that.
No, but he didn't spend any money. He was cheap. He was unbelievably cheap because he felt like he was underpaid his whole career. And one of the things that he took with him from his playing days to his ownership days is, I'm not overpaying for guys that I don't think are great. I mean, I'm not saying he didn't make mistakes or he didn't. Kemba Walker comes to mind. He paid Kemba Walker a lot of money. But for the most part, he stunk as an owner.
No, he was terrible. But he was a terrible...
He wasn't even around.
He was a terrible decision maker.
Okay.
That's different than being a poor human being and businessman. Like that's
true. That
I can at least... Well, I actually don't know if he's a great human being. From everything we've seen for The Last Dance, he might not have been. But the difference is... Also, the NBA has a salary cap. So I think Joe Lacob has reconstructed the way we look at spending and not spending among owners in basketball just because of how willing he is to redirect his own funds into his own team. But the last large contract the Oakland A's handed out was in 2004.
Eric Chavez?
6 years.
66.
$66 million.
Remember.
You know how much Max Scherzer makes this year?
No.
$60 million. For one season.
What about I think they paid
Chris Davis.
Big Ben McDonald?
What?
$10 million
that
over
had
1
a farm?
year?
Who are you talking about?
Who am I talking about?
You're thinking of Chris Davis. They paid him.
No. It's a pitcher. They gave a pitcher like 2 years.
Ben Sheets got 1 year for $10 million.
That's Ben Sheets, not Ben McDonald.
Oh boy.
Half right. That's good enough on this show.
Guru's not here today.
No, I get you. I just I don't know if there's a connection or not, but I'm just looking at Michael Jordan, 13 years of absolutely no success.
No, but the question still stands. I mean, why is an owner incentivized to do anything for his franchise to succeed if he knows? I mean, you can look at Dan Snyder in Washington and how he's been a terrible person, and he hasn't ostracized the fan base in a way that John Fisher has in Oakland, but he just had a major come up. He was forced to sell his team. Sarver in Phoenix was forced to sell his team, and those guys profited billions of dollars from what they originally bought into. Whenever Joe Lacob decides to sell the Golden State Warriors, not for, of course, the reasons that have to do with Michael Jordan or John Fisher or any of those other guys I just named, but he's going to turn a massive profit if and when he decides to sell the Golden State Warriors. That's the reality of ownership, but the difference is, of course, Joe Lacob feels it is his, whether it's competitive spirit or his duty, to do everything in his power to win. That is something he has made very clear from the start once he joined, around the turn of 2010. Once he bought that team, his goal was to win. It was to invest and to make sure that his brand was the best, that his team was the best. Michael Jordan never, it appeared, had that intention despite his competitive spirit on the court, and yet he still walks away with $3 billion.